Welcome back to this week's Wisdom Wednesday, hashtag Take Back Your Life. And this week, I'm excited to be joined by my wife, Ashley, and we are going to be talking to you guys about life circles. And the reason Ashley's here with us today is she's going to share with us the importance of life circles and what life circles are. So with that being said, what are life circles and why are they important?
Okay, well, let's start with, first of all, what they are. So we have kind of determined for our family that the 6 main life circles are most functional for us. And the first one is health. Second one is personal. Third one is financial. Fourth one is professional. Fifth is spiritual. And then 6th is personal development and growth. And I think that the reason that they're important is because it's a formula basically for balance. You can set goals in all of these 6 different areas, and it will kind of ensure that one is not going without.
Right, and I like to use the analogy of like when you're changing a tire. You have lug nuts on the tire and they kind of make this star pattern. And when you take the tire off and you replace it, when you're tightening those lug nuts, you always start with one. You don't tighten it all the way down. You then go across and you use the other side. You start to tighten that one and you use a star pattern. And as you start to tighten each lug nut, the tire sits balanced on the wheel, and when you're driving, you have now a balanced tire. If you put too much attention or too much tension on one of those lug nuts, you can have an imbalanced tire, and that can cause issues as you drive down the road. And one of the things that I do want to also impress upon you is I didn't create the circle concept. This is something that I actually got from a coaching company that I used to work with, Brian Buffini, and my one-to-one coaching, and he kind of developed the 5-circle protocol. Now his circles are slightly different in how he has them labeled, and he doesn't have the 6th circle, which I find to be one of the most important for me. So I kind of modified it and made it work for me. So whatever circles are most important to you, that's really what we're ultimately going for.
And some of those examples for items that would be goals inside of those circles. For me personally, health, I like yoga. It helps me mentally and physically, so to commit to taking a certain number of yoga classes per week, or for our personal and family goals, to take a certain number of vacations. For our relationship, we do date nights once a week. So what are some of the...
And for me, I think the one that I get the most questions on when I'm helping other people and I'm giving them advice on setting these life circle goals is the spiritual aspect. Some of us are religious and some of us aren't. For me, spirituality is one of the most important of the life circles. And for you, you should be asking yourself the question when thinking about setting a spiritual goal, what is it that fulfills me? What is it that recharges my battery? Is that meditation? Is it yoga, like you mentioned? That can kind of be both between health and your spiritual goals. Is it spending time at church, prayer, or fellowship with other like-minded individuals? All of those are spiritual goals, and so hopefully that gives you some context in how to set goals in those different areas. And hopefully this conversation gets you thinking about all 6 of those areas and how they apply to your life, and making sure that ultimately through your approach of trying to take back your life, finding that balance that we're really trying to bestow upon you, that you think about how can I set complementary goals in all areas of my life so I ultimately end up enjoying the journey and getting where I want to be. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.